Hey guys, it's Lego Boys E3. These were my best solves at US Nationals. Okay, so the first event I'm going to be showing you is 2x2. So I wanted to get sub 6 on this, or at least 6.36, my previous PB. But in the end, I ended up only getting 6.41, which is 0.05 away from what my preferred average would have been. So yeah, I didn't do very good. And this is my best single, which even wasn't very good itself. 5-second solve. Next up is 3x3. I wanted to get sub 21 because I had been practicing quite a bit and I was getting lots of sub 21 solves, but I didn't actually get that in the end. I did, however, beat my previous PB of 22.12 with a 21.68 average, which is pretty good. And this solve actually wasn't very good in general, but I did get pretty lucky, and so I got an 18.91 on it, which isn't my overall PB single, but it still was pretty good. Next event was 4x4, which I knew I wasn't going to do very well in. The cutoff was 110, and I averaged around 125 or so. And so, yeah, I didn't do very good. And actually, on both of my official solves, because you get to do 2 if you don't beat the cutoff, both of them, I got double parity. There's a 1 in 16 chance that will happen, but yeah, got parity on both those official 4x4 solves, which I'm kind of disappointed about. My best single was 135. Okay, next up was OH. OH I don't really care that much about, and I said I wanted to get sub 40, which kind of was unrealistic for me. Really, all I really wanted once I got to the competition was to beat my previous PB of 45.44, and I did that with a 43.29 average 5, and my single wasn't that great. It was still okay though. The next event was square one, and so I just wanted to get really any average because I hadn't gotten an average on this event before. And so I kind of wanted to get sub 35 overall, which I did do. I got a 33.68 average, or not 68, 63. And so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. It was pretty good. I got a decent single too of 25. I actually had parity on that solve, but I just did everything super efficiently, and it was just a really nice solve in general. And so yeah, I got a pretty good single and a pretty good average for what I was hoping for on square one, especially since it was my first time competing in it. Next up was the Skewb event. This one was pretty disappointing. So I wanted to beat my PB average of 7.77 or at least get sub 8, which I didn't really do. My first 3 solves were great. You see I got a 5 right here and an 8 and a 6, which would have been a really good average, like a 6 something average maybe, if not beating my PB still. But yeah, I ended that average with a 12 and a 14, which kind of ruined it. But next up was the Pyraminx, and so I actually got into multiple rounds of this. And so I wanted to get sub 7, or at least beat my PB of 7.89 average. And so you see in the first round, I got a pretty good 3 single. And I got a PB average of 6.36, which is actually the same as my 2x2 average, which was way below what I really wanted to get. So that's awesome that I got a new PB average on Pyraminx. Next round, I got not a great average. It was like a 7, and I didn't even get a very good single either. I was pretty consistent though. That was pretty good. And that got me to the third round of Pyraminx, where I didn't do too great. I got like 7.18 average, but I did get a pretty good single. It was a 3 something. Next up was Megaminx. I was really nervous for this one at the beginning. I really wanted to get that cutoff of 2 minutes, which I did do. My very first solve was under 2 minutes, which was good. And then my next one was actually my PB overall. It was 20 seconds below that 2-minute cutoff at 138.99, and my end average was 153 exactly. So that's pretty awesome. I got some pretty good times on Megaminx, and I couldn't have asked for better. Now we have the Rubik's Clock, and I just wanted to get a sub 20 average, or at least any average in general. I wanted to get the cutoff on those first solves, and I did do that. I got a 18 and a 17 for my first times, so that was pretty good, and I ended up with a 16.91 average, which, yeah, that's a little bit better than I was expecting to get, and I got a 15.81 single, which is also pretty great. And so yeah, I wasn't really expecting to do bad in clock, and I didn't really know how good I was going to do, but yeah, that's good. And then for FMC, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be to do it in competition. I actually got a DNF on my first and my last solves, which was kind of annoying. I just messed up on the solve, so I didn't really do a solution. But on my middle solve, I got a 43, which is pretty good for me. I wanted to get a sub 45 average, but of course I didn't get an average at all, so I didn't really beat either of my goals, but I still did pretty okay with that 43 single. And that's it. Those are all the events that I did at Nationals. They were all pretty fun. I beat my goals on a lot of them. I got a lot of new averages and new things that I hadn't competed in before, and it was definitely a fun time. I'll be releasing my main competition video, the really exciting and fun one, probably in a week, so look forward to that. And anyway, if you like this video, you can leave a like down below to show me that you liked it. Stay subscribed to be notified when the next video like this comes out, and leave some suggestions down in the comments below for other videos that I can make like this in the future. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!